Hello, this is William Wolf from Chittagong Independent University, and today I want to talk a little bit about flashcards, especially, not just flashcards, but vocabulary, and especially how to use extensive reading to help us with our vocabulary. Extensive reading. Of course, you know what reading is, and language teachers will say there's at least two kinds of reading, extensive and intensive. Intensive reading means we are reading things that are difficult. Many words we don't know, the ideas are difficult, and we can only read a few pages every hour. That's intensive reading. Many language books only use intensive reading, but that's a mistake. Intensive reading can only be done if we have someone help us. We need a teacher, we need dictionaries, we need a textbook with questions and suggestions. If we try to read a difficult text, a difficult book or article, and we don't have help, after one or two pages, most of us will stop. It's too hard and too frustrating. Everyone who studies languages knows this. Intensive reading is important, but we also need to do extensive reading. What is extensive reading? Extensive means a lot. So with extensive reading, we read many pages. Well, that means the text must be easier. There will not be so many difficult words on each page. The grammar will not be so hard. The ideas will be ideas we already know something about. That's important, but many students and many teachers don't realize this. They only give intensive reading. So extensive reading, how can you know if something is extensive reading? Well, if you take a book like this, there'll be maybe 300 words on a page, maybe. You can count how many words you don't know. If there are 2 or 5 words on each page, on average, that's good for extensive reading. You will be able to read many pages for fun. If there are more, if there are 5, 10, 20, 30 words on every page, you will give up. You will stop. After 1, 5, 10 pages, you will stop. It's too hard. There are so many words you cannot understand them. You cannot understand the idea. You don't have any pleasure, and you cannot guess. So this is my strong recommendation. When you want to do vocabulary work, get an extensive reading book. That means get a book that's easy to use. Some recommendations: kids' books can often be good. Not comic books. Comic books are usually too hard. Not song books and not rhymes, but story books for whatever age. That's one. Travel books often are easier than other kinds. Why? Because in travel, the person is trying to explain. This is a travel book from the 1880s in Bengali. In a travel book, the person is telling you, first I went here, then I went here, then I went here. Often these can be good. They're harder than kids' books. This is a diary. Also can be good. My life story. Often these will be easier to understand. This one is a book from Nepal. Going to Tibet. It's a travel story and also life story. This is easier. This is a kid's book. So my recommendation is get some books that are not too difficult. Mark them with your orange marker or other color. Learn the words. And then as you learn the vocabulary, read those pages again a second time, and you will understand them much better. When we do extensive reading, we can guess about the meaning, and because we already understand most of the words, we can understand the new words better. So certainly in class we have to do intensive reading many times, but outside class my strong recommendation is that you look for easy to read books. One of these, and I will make another video on this, is graded readers. These can be very useful extensive reading text. But the important thing is find books that are easy for you to read, fun to read, and read a lot of them. This is a great way to improve your vocabulary, your grammar, and your knowledge.